My name is Abigail. I'm 32 years old. I work as a receptionist at a hotel. Every day I sit behind a desk. I answer calls. I try to be calm, but inside I'm often tired. I am the oldest child in my family. I have one younger brother and one sister. My parents moved to California many years ago. They did not speak much English. So from a young age, I became their voice. I translated for them. I spoke to teachers, doctors, and landlords. I was just a child, but I had to be strong. I never said no. As I grew older, things did not change. I cooked. I cleaned. I helped my siblings with homework. I worked part-time jobs. I saved money. My parents never said, "You must do this." But they looked at me with hope, and I felt the pressure. When my brother wanted to go to college, I helped him. I gave him money. I told myself, this is what family does. This is love. But sometimes I felt empty. No one said thank you. They just smiled and moved on. My life became a routine. Wake up, work, help family, sleep, repeat. Years passed. I did not stop. I did not think about myself. Then one day, something changed. It was a quiet afternoon at the hotel. I was checking emails when I saw a message. It was from a hotel in New York. I had applied for the job months ago. I opened the email. It said, "Dear Abigail, we are happy to offer you the position." I could not believe what I just read. I felt so happy. This job was better, more money, more respect, a new place, a new life. That night, I sat at the dinner table with my family. My mother was serving soup. My father was watching TV. I looked at them. I said, "I got a job offer in New York. It's a good job." They looked at me. My father turned off the TV. He looked at me confused. He said, "But who will help us?" His words hit me hard. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. My father did not ask if I was happy. He did not say congratulations. He only asked about help. I looked at my mother. She was quiet. My brother stopped talking. My sister looked confused. No one smiled. No one said, "That is good, Abigail." I felt sad. I said, "It's a good chance." My brother said, "But you can find a job here too. Why go far?" I said, "I want to try something new." My mother finally spoke. She said, "We need you here, Abigail. You know we need you." Her words were gentle, but they hurt. That night, I could not sleep. I thought about the job. I thought about my family. I thought, am I selfish? Days passed. My family was quiet with me. No one talked about the job again, but the tension was there. I could feel it. One evening, my sister came to my room. She said, "Are you really going to leave?" I looked at her. She looked worried. I said, "I don't know." She said, "But we need you." My heart broke. I said, "You can do things too. You are strong." She shook her head. She said, "Not like you." Her words stayed with me. Not like you. That night, I made a decision. I stopped thinking about the job. I kept working. I kept helping at home. I went back to my old routine, but something inside me was different now. A voice inside me said, "This is not your life," but I pushed it away. I told myself, "Be good. Be the daughter they need." One afternoon, I received a call from the new hotel. The manager said, "Hello, Abigail. We are waiting for your answer." My heart beat fast. I said, "I need more time." The manager said, "We understand, but we cannot wait forever." When I hung up, my eyes were full of tears. Weeks passed. I stopped talking. I stopped smiling. My family noticed. My mother asked, "Abigail, why are you so quiet?" I said, "I'm just tired. There's a lot of work at the hotel." But it was more than that. Many eldest children feel like this. They help their family for many years. They give their time and money, but sometimes they forget themselves. They feel guilty when they want something new. This is real, and now I had to make a choice. I tried to imagine a different life, a life in another city. I saw myself waking up alone, making my own breakfast, going to work without worry, no calls from home. But then another thought came. What about my family? My heart felt heavy. That night, I could not stay quiet anymore. At dinner, I looked at my family again. I said, "I have been thinking about the job, and I want to take it." Everyone stopped eating. My mother's eyes filled with tears. She said, "Why, Abigail, are we not enough for you?" I said, "That's not true. I love you. I love all of you." My father said, "Then why leave?" I said, "Because I want a life too. I have helped for many years. I did it with love. I still love you, but I feel lost now." My sister said, "We didn't ask you to do all that." I said, "You didn't ask, but you accepted it every time." I became the person who fixes everything, and now I don't know who I am without that. I'm not leaving because I don't love you. I am leaving because I need to find myself. My father stood up. He said, "This is selfish." I said, "Maybe it is, but I have never been selfish before." No one had an answer. The next day, I sent the email. I wrote, "I accept the job offer." For the first time, I made a choice for myself. My family did not speak to me. My mother stopped asking me to help in the kitchen. My father did not look at me. The morning of my flight came too fast. I packed my clothes in a small suitcase. My mother was making tea in the kitchen. We looked at each other. I said, "I'm leaving today." She said, "I know. Be safe." I waited. I hoped she would say more, but she did not. My father stayed in the living room. He did not come to the door. My brothers were still asleep. Only my sister walked with me outside. She hugged me tightly. She said, "Will you come back?" I said, "I will visit." The taxi arrived. I put my bag inside. I looked at my house last time. I said, "I will miss this," but I also knew I had to leave. At the airport, I sat alone and waited for my flight. When I got on the plane, I sat by the window. I did not know what would happen next. I did not know if my family would forgive me, but I knew one thing. This time I chose myself, and that was enough. Helping family is good, but we must also care for ourselves. If we never choose our own path, we may feel regret in the future. True love can grow even with distance. Sometimes choosing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. Have you ever felt like Abigail? What would you do in her situation? Write your answers in the comments below.